Hey guys, this is Miguel Contreras with I Love Bonita. I'm so excited today to be here at Apex Jiu Jitsu, the newest Jiu Jitsu studio here in the South County, right here in Bonita. And I'm here with Tim Pablo, co-owner of Apex Jiu Jitsu. Man, welcome to Bonita, man.
Thank you.
I'm so excited to have you guys.
We're stoked to be here. We're excited.
Man, really excited to have you guys. It's been, Jiu Jitsu's been on the uprise, with MMA and so forth. It's become so popular. What makes this Apex studio so much different from any of the other ones?
Well, the difference is, one thing is being here in Bonita.
Yeah.
I went to Bonita Vista High School. I'm from the community. So just being here for us was a big deal, just because we want to give back to the Bonita community.
Awesome.
So, and then what makes us different is we want to try to create a more of a family environment. You know, we're not here just for the adults. We want to create we love the kids. The kids program, it's amazing to watch these kids grow and learn something new and persevere and push themselves through. You know, one of our students yesterday, Ivana, she's a little girl, about 5 years old. She said the one thing that she did learn and loves about Jiu Jitsu is that she learned when you're in a bad or tough position or spot, you can always work through. You know, it taught her to persevere and just kind of push through it and work hard. So just that for us we love. But what makes us different, I think, it's just that family environment.
Family environment. Yeah. Because I think martial arts, I think a lot of adults are really intrigued by it.
Right.
And I'm glad you say that because I think a lot of adults are intrigued by martial arts but haven't had the practice.
Right.
And are intimidated to try it out because you see a bunch of tough guys and how does an adult, say someone like me who's never done jiu-jitsu, how would we enroll into a class and how do you on-ramp a beginner adult into the program?
You know, because we are such a new, this is a new academy, so the majority of our students are beginners.
Awesome.
So that in itself is inviting. So if you come in off the mat or you come into the gym and you see just white belts, which is obviously for almost all martial arts is a beginner level belt. So when they come in to visit, they're going to see a lot of white belts out there. So they're guys that they recognize, and even if you haven't done martial arts, you know that white belt for the most part is a beginner belt. So they feel a little more comfortable knowing that they're in there with the beginners, you know. And we just, again, it's just, I guess we like to try, again, with that whole family environment, everyone's welcome. We try not to come across like, we are a martial arts school, so we don't push jiu-jitsu is a big part of MMA.
Right.
It's one of the main reasons why MMA exists.
Because
why the UFC exists is because of the Gracie family.
Right?
Exactly. They wanted to showcase, hey, jiu-jitsu is the best martial arts to be a part of. So when people come in, we try to make them feel, welcome. They're in. We consider this our home. So we try to invite them in, make them feel welcome. If they have any questions or whatever it may be, we just try to tend to their needs.
Cool. And tell me about Jiu-Jitsu. One of the cool things about Jiu-Jitsu, at least I've been studying, a little bit about it. With Elio Gracie, he was a smaller guy, so he kind of fine-tuned the Japanese Jiu-Jitsu style to fit more of a small guy fighting a bigger guy.
Right.
I think that's a great metaphor for life. You're like the underdog.
Right.
Like you said, you're the young girl. She's gonna work through it.
Right.
So tell us a little bit about how Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu here at Apex too, but how it differs from other martial arts, particularly MMA, because I'm seeing a lot of MMA studios spring up throughout the city, but this is a true Jiu-Jitsu studio.
Yes.
So how's that different comparing like an MMA studio or maybe a traditional karate studio with Jiu-Jitsu? The
difference is between MMA gym and a traditional Jiu-Jitsu academy. Jiu-Jitsu was, we use a gi, which is a kimono or gi, which is the original form of Jiu-Jitsu was with a gi. But obviously you can translate it into a no gi, right, depending on the situation. But what makes a traditional Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu academy different from an MMA gym is that, one, I like to say egos, right? There's really no ego. We check the ego at the door, and we come in, and we're still a martial arts academy. So we still teach the honor, the respect, the self-discipline, the just all of that, which is martial arts. Where I think, I know I came up in MMA gyms. I've been a part of it. You get a lot of the tough guys that really they don't want to bother with the martial arts aspect of fighting, because fighting is a martial arts, in itself, jiu-jitsu especially. they don't really want to bother with it. They just want to be the tough guy that is tough out there. You know, they want to kick some butt.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the difference, and that's what's intimidating. I think a lot of people, because jiu-jitsu is a big part of MMA, they think that that's jiu-jitsu. Right. You know, so a lot of guys when they come in here, they're anticipating the big tough guy that just wants to kick butt, and it's not. We're not like that. You know, one thing about jiu-jitsu is because no matter what level you are, you could get caught in a submission. And you could get tapped by a lower belt. It happens. I've been tapped many times by lower belts. Yeah. It happens in jiu-jitsu all the time. So it's a humbling experience, right? So I think for that in itself, you're humbled almost every day when you do jiu-jitsu. Yeah. So there really is no equal, because you know at any minute or any moment where you make a mistake or your person creates an environment for you to make a mistake, you could be tapped. Right? So that in itself, you're humbled every day in jiu-jitsu. It's not every day you go to an MMA gym and you can get knocked out. Right. That's humbling. You don't want to get knocked out. But in jiu-jitsu, you could be submitted every day, and it happens. So it's a very humbling experience, and
that's cool, man. That's really cool. Now tell us, because I know that you have a focus for women too.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit more about that and how effective jiu-jitsu is for women as well. Particularly, you know, sometimes women are put in some really precarious situations.
Sure. That's one of the reasons why we decided to do a women's jiu-jitsu class is because I felt the importance of jiu-jitsu for a woman. I have a daughter. I have a wife. And like you said, Helio was a little guy. And his whole jiu-jitsu was for a smaller individual to defeat a bigger opponent. On the street, the majority of the time, the woman's smaller than a male, weaker than a male. So that in itself, it's perfect. Like I always tell people, jiu-jitsu is almost like made for women. Because being a smaller, lighter individual against let's say a larger attacker, they're going to have the skills and ability to either escape a bad situation or bad position, get up and run for help, and when let's say an attacker's on top of you, they're on top of you, over you, which for us, for a woman, she'll be on her back. For in jiu-jitsu, that's a comfortable position. That's the guard.
So you're already
comfortable in that position. So you know you're not out of your comfort zone. You're not freaking out. You're comfortable. You've been there before with a larger opponent. If you're rolling in here with the men, so you're in that every day when you're training with the men. You know. So we do have the women's class, which is it's all women taught by a woman. But I do encourage the women to come train with the males. I think that's, for me, with the women's class, it's more of an introductory, because a lot of women, I think, are on the fence of jiu-jitsu, but you know, it's intimidating. You come in, you look in the gym, you see nothing but big guys, and you're like, I'd like to do it, but I don't want to roll with this big guy. Sweating all over me, he's a bigger guy. But once they get once they fall in love, I should say, with jiu-jitsu, they're gonna want it. All the women, they all come over to the adult, I guess we'd call it the adult class, but the majority are men. And I love it because then they get to roll with a bigger opponent, and they get to use the technique and live drills, because we roll with them. There's guys that roll with the women, which is sparring, and they get to really apply that technique, and they see it work. When you see it work, you're just like, well, this does work.
And that's important in the street, especially if you're being attacked. This is for men or women. You know, if you're on the ground, you know, and an attacker is wrestling with you, and you're comfortable on the ground on your back, then that's just going to give you more confidence to get out of a bad situation.
Being comfortable.
Now, how long have you been open here in Bonita?
We're actually just going on our 4th month.
Nice. Tell me your hours. What time are your classes and the focus of each block of classes?
Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. It's adult class. So that's open adult, beginner through advanced. That's 10 a.m. That's with Coach David Lee. 5 o'clock, Monday through Friday. 5 o'clock is the kids class.
Okay.
So kids class, all ages. We go from 4 to 13. That's beginner to there's some advanced kids in there as well. Tuesdays, Thursdays are kids advanced at 6 o'clock. So then Monday and Wednesdays, women's class is at 6 o'clock. So, and that's the women's class, again, is taught by a woman. There's no male interference. It's the women doing their own thing.
Awesome.
So, and then, Friday, Monday through Thursday, 7 p.m. is the adult class. Friday, it's at 6 p.m. Okay. Giving people a chance to get some jiu-jitsu and go out.
Weekend classes too? Or?
We do. Saturday, it's not a scheduled class, so we're not teaching, but it's an open mat. Open mat, 9 o'clock. Saturday and Sunday.
So you get your girls in.
Get them in.
Perfect.
Yep.
Good, man. Guys, come check it out. I mean, if you want to get your kids enrolled into a community to become more confident, to become humble, more disciplined. If you're a woman wanting to just be confident in yourself, to be able to defend yourself in a self-defense situation, or if you just want to learn something new and grow.
Yeah. Great exercise.
And, yeah, great exercise. Get in really good shape. So again, they're on Bonita Road, Apex Jiu-Jitsu, brand new to the community, but local. Come support a local Bonita, Bonita High School.
That's right.
From the community. Come support the community. Come check out the classes. These guys are awesome. The community here is very family oriented, very friendly, and man, we wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having us, man.
Thank you.
All right, man.
You need to come here and try it. We got plenty of gis.
I will. Oh shoot.
All right.
We will, dude.
Awesome.